Live is on Instagram. We're going to make sure we're on live on Facebook. Then we're going to get started, everybody. Boom, we are there. Let's get into it. Hope everybody's had a great weekend, had a great start to your week. I'm going to pin this comment here, then we're going to get right into what we need to get into. Let me make sure we stay straight up here. All right, there we go. Hope everybody's had a great Monday thus far. I'm about to make it better as we get into this material here. If you're checking in on Facebook, hit that like, comment, and share button. If you're checking in on Instagram right now, go hit that comment button, shout yourself out, and I'll shout you out in the comment section. We're going to get into it. We're going to get started in like 30 seconds. I ain't even waiting. We're going to start with this waiting time. We just getting started. Y'all know what time to get started. So if you here, you ain't. Y'all know what I say. If you early, you want time. You want time. You late, you are forgotten. We forget about you. As y'all checking in, Special Olympian, what's good? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, former 9-year professional athlete, author of, how many books have I written? 27 books. I just sent book 27 to the printer, waiting for that thing to come in. Right now, y'all hear about that in a minute, if it's for the audience that you're a part of. I've created over 15,000 pieces of content online. I've done 4 TED Talks. I work as a coach, consultant, podcaster, keynote speaker, content creator. I do a whole lot of things. I ain't gonna list everything that I do here. It's not that important for me to talk about it right now, because if you just stay tuned, you'll learn about all the stuff that I do. But I do all this under this umbrella, this brand, this company that I run, that I'm CEO of, and this whole philosophy that I created that is called Work on Your Game. It's all about taking the pro athlete mindset and teaching you how you apply that mindset to your business, to your sport, and your life. And there are 4 core principles: discipline of showing up every day, doing the work; confidence, putting yourself out there; mental toughness to keep showing up, putting yourself out there even when everything's not working; and the personal initiative to go make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And working your game will help you with 3 specific challenges. Number 1, you need more game. Number 2, you need to get better at performing. Number 3, you need more recognition for the things that you're doing so you can create that ROI. Remember that we in a performance-based business and a results-based business here in life. So everything that we do is based on, can you perform and can you produce results? It ain't about nothing else. Don't nothing else matter. You got to perform. You got to produce results. You do those things, nobody can stop you from where you want to go. So today's topic is, what are you going to do if nobody helps you? Now, this topic is an important one for anyone at any time, because often coming from the sports background that I come from, what's up, Bobo, checking in Santa Monica. Coming from the sports background, athletes would sometimes ask me, hey, I don't have a trainer like some other players. How am I supposed to get better and get on in basketball? Or somebody would say something like, well, my parents not helping me do what I want to do. Kids would say something like that. Or somebody's just like, yo, I just need somebody to help me out and give me a chance so I can get my shot, so I can get on and go where I want to go and do what I want to do. The problem with that is sometimes you're not going to have that help. Sometimes you're not going to have that helping hand. Nobody's going to lend in and pitch in and help you get to where you want to go or do anything for you. So what are you going to do in those situations? What's good? Alex James checking in over there on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hit that like, comment, and share button. That's 3 different buttons you can hit over there on Facebook. And the topic here today, we're going to talk about what you can do and what you should do. We're going to ask the question, what is the way that you address it if nobody's helping you out, if you're not getting the assistance that you thought you were going to get in life? Point number 1. Helplessness is not cute, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel checking in from Mississippi was good. Helplessness is not cute. Everybody hear that? Being a victim is not cute. Being helpless is not cute. Not knowing what to do is not cute. And a lot of people seem to think incorrectly that if you are helpless and that nobody's helping you out and you just need somebody to give you a chance, you need a handout, you need somebody to hold your hand and get you to where you need to get to. A lot of people seem to think that is going to attract help. I've had people come to me and ask me to help them out because they are out of answers. People say, well, I've tried everything, Dre. I don't even know what to do. I've had all these ideas and all these things. I've tried to make them work out. Nothing's working out. I don't know what else to do, Dre. I'm at the end of my rope. I have no other options. I need somebody to help me out. What's going on? Pepe checking in from the Philippines over there. And they think, this is what many people incorrectly think, that if you are helpless and you have no other ideas and you have no way of helping yourself, if you tell that to other people, that's going to make people want to help you out. That is incorrect. That is wrong. Not having any options for yourself, not doing anything to help yourself, does not attract help. What it does is repel people away from you. Let me explain to you why. In life, nobody wants to be on the losing team. Nobody wants to be on a train that ain't moving. All right, any of you ever been on a train that ain't moving? It ain't fun because it ain't going anywhere. Nobody wants to be part of anything like that. People want to be a part of a winning team. People want to be a part of a winning organization. We want to be a part of something that's moving forward and progressing and creating a result. Nobody chases after a car that ain't moving. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to get help from another person, the first thing you got to do is start creating some momentum yourself. Once you get yourself out and you start creating some momentum, then everybody's going to want to help you. And there's a paradoxical way that life works. When you have things already working in your favor, everybody wants to help you out and you don't even need the help, right? But when you don't have anyone, when you don't have anything going on, you don't have anything working, you're not able to create any momentum, nobody wants to help you out. And that is crazy. That's just the way that it works. Any of you ever see a person who may be publicly noted for having a lot of money or having a lot of material possessions, they go to a restaurant or they go on a trip or they go stay at a hotel and they stay for free. They ain't even got to pay for their food. They don't have to pay for the hotel. They don't have to pay for the plane ride, but they got the money to pay for it. But then the person who has no money, no food, no resources, nobody's going to get them anything. They got to beg for $1, and most of the time we walk past them and ignore that person. And this is the paradox of how it works in life. And again, I'm giving y'all that example so y'all can see it for yourselves. Look at your own life. You can see it for yourself. When people have everything, they get things that they don't even need. When people have nothing, they can't even get a little tiny scrap. And this metaphor works in all of life. Any of you is ever looking for a mentor, somebody to help you out? I've had many people ask me that question, like, do you do any mentoring or direct mentoring so I can learn from you directly? And the thing is, if you want to mentor in life, the first thing you got to do is create some heat. You got to get some heat going for yourself. I wrote about in my book, Work on Your Game, in this book here, I'll tell you about this later. When I was looking for a mentor in the business world, I was starting to build my platform business when it came to authorship and professional speaking and thought leadership. And I went and met this woman who became my mentor. I wrote about it in chapter 12 of my book. And she said, look, a whole bunch of people come to me, Dre, asking the same questions that you're asking, looking for the same help that you're looking for. And the only reason that I decided to invest time in you and talk to you, because I gave a bunch of information to a bunch of people, and they didn't do anything with anything that I said. I gave them all this information. They did absolutely nothing with it. The only reason I decided to deal with you is because when I looked you up and looked at your work, I saw that you delivered every day. You was putting out videos every day. You were writing every day. You had already actually created some momentum for yourself. I told myself, this is what my mentor said to me. She said, I told myself I'm not helping anybody else who comes to me asking for help because most of them just waste my time and do nothing. But I saw that you already had some momentum for yourself. You had already started building your own thing. So I know you're the type of person who follows through because of the proof that you already have in your life that you are a following through individual. And I'm telling y'all that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that this is the way that it works in all of life. When you got something going on, people want to help you. People want to be a part of it because they see you going somewhere. You have some momentum. You're going to go make something happen. When you have nothing going on and you can't get anything started yourself and you can't even start your own fire, nobody wants to help you because who wants to jump on a bandwagon and ain't moving? Who wants to be part of a losing team? Nobody does. You don't want to be part of a losing team. How often do you go help somebody who ain't got nothing going on, who has no momentum for themselves? They can't make anything happen. How often do you help those people out? Or you probably don't help them that often because you will run out of resources trying to get their vehicle started. You're going to waste all your energy trying to help them get started. They couldn't get it started. How are you going to get it started? Most of the time, we go jump on a bandwagon that's already moving. All right, how many of y'all go and listen to some musician that just came out and they're just opening night at the free open mic down the street? You probably don't go do that, but you will go buy the new album of the most famous artist that's out there. Why? Because they already got the momentum, and you see everybody else paying attention. Maybe I'll pay attention to that person too. So in life, being helpless is not going to attract help. I think a lot of people think that helplessness will attract help. It does not attract help. It actually repels people. There's only so much charity people have within them before that charity becomes a certain level of disdain, where they're looking at you like, all right, man, when are you actually going to do something for yourself? I understand you ain't got nothing going on. I understand things ain't working in your favor, but at some point you got to start helping yourself out. And people are going to start looking at you like that if you do not start creating your own heat, so to speak. You got to create your own heat at different points in life. Point number 2. Topic here today is, what will you do if nobody helps you out? School and parents. In this way, they may hurt you a little bit. The schooling that you went through, elementary school, middle school, high school, your parents or whoever it was that raised you, they unconsciously teach you something that paradoxically does not work in the quote-unquote real world. They teach you, school and your parents teach you this. They teach you that when there's a problem, you could call on somebody Explain that you don't know what to do or how to figure things out. And if you call on the right person and you explain your problem, they will help you solve it. All right, that's not how it works in life. In school, if you're in class and you don't understand what the teacher is teaching, you raise your hand and let the teacher know, hey, I don't understand that. And the teacher stops what they're doing. They go back and they teach it again to make sure you got it. And if you don't get it, what do? They go over it again. And if you still don't get it, they might put you in a special class, or they might get you a tutor, or they might make you go stay after school so you can work on it a little bit more. But they're going to give you all these resources to make sure you get the information and make sure you succeed. If you're in college and you're an athlete, they got study hall, they got tutors that are specifically, their specific job is to help the athletes out. Their whole job is to make sure that you keep up with everybody else. Even in school, they got social promotion, right? If you're in a class, let's say you're a first grader, you failed the first grade, so you got to take it again. If you fail it the second time, they just move you up to the second grade anyway, because they don't want you to feel ostracized being, third grade age, but in first grade still, because you haven't gotten the information yet. In school, they'll just push you up, even if you're not really ready to push up. And they'll force you to get better at your schoolwork because they got they got study hall, they got tutors, they got all these mechanisms in place to make sure you get the right information and make sure you get the help you need. Here's the problem with that. When you get into the real world, it doesn't work that way. In the real world, if you get taught a new piece of information in the professional world, in sports, in business, and anything, somebody teaches you a new piece of information and you don't get it, you don't remember it, they told you but you forgot from last week, they don't stop and go back and teach it again. They don't give you a remedial class. They don't have a tutor where you can stay after work and get extra information. They just leave you there. Oh, you don't get it? Okay. We're going to move on to the next person. All right, next time we calling you to perform, if you ain't ready to perform, you ain't going to have a job no more. So you better either figure it out or you're going to be out of here. Then you got to go figure it out on your own time, on your own dime, with your own information, whoever you got to hire, whatever you got to do. In the real world, you got to figure things out on your own. Your parents and school may have you believing that if you just let people know you got a problem and you don't know what to do, that everybody will stop what they're doing to come help you out. In the real world, it doesn't work that way. So any of you who still feels like you have that lifeline to get help when things ain't working are incorrect. That's not the way it works in life. In the wider world. Maybe in your life, maybe it works that way, but at some point in life, you're not going to have that lifeline to call on. And if you have not built the requisite strength internally to do for yourself, then you're going to have a problem. And when you run into that problem, it ain't going to be no time for you to fix it. You better hurry up and figure that out. So what I suggest you do is figure it out now so you don't run into that problem when it's too late. Point number 3, the topic here today is what if nobody helps you? Point number 3, listen, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. I'm not telling you there's nothing wrong with asking for help or being in a position where you really don't know what to do. You really don't have the information and you need somebody to give you some info that you didn't have. Listen, I understand if you're in that position. Everybody at some points in life will need help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. However, let me be clear. Nobody's under contract to help you unless you hire them. Now, if you pay somebody to be your assistant, all right, now they're under contract to help you. If you paid a doctor, all right, now they gotta help you out with your disease or whatever the problem is. If you paid somebody to coach you, all right, now they gotta take your call when you call them. Now, if you paid somebody and you hired them and there's a contract, now they gotta help you out. But other than that, all right, just because somebody wrote a book, just because somebody got a platform, just because you found their email address, doesn't mean they got to help you out. Just because you are 100% sure they have the information that you need, doesn't mean that they got to take time out of their day, out of their life, and away from their business to address your problems. All right, nobody is responsible for helping you out with your issues when you have them. Now, if somebody wants to, that's all good. That's great. Congratulations that you found them. But if nobody wants to, listen, you're on your own. You got to figure that out. And that's the game out here. Nobody has to help you if they don't want you. Your parents could help, but they might not always be available. Your bosses and your friends may help, but they might not always be around, and they might not even have what you need. You must always remember that you are more on your own in this life than you think you are. All right, you have to take more personal responsibility for your situation than you think you do. All right, it is not your friends, it's not your family, it's not your boss or coworkers. It definitely ain't the government. None of them is responsible for helping you out. And if you fall flat on your face, for the most part, life is just going to leave you there. It's just going to leave you laying there, and either you're going to get up or you're going to stay laying down. But it is your choice. And if anybody has ever taught you anything different, I want to tell you they lied to you. Okay, this is not the cartoons. This ain't the Care Bears. All right, in life, if you fall down and you don't get up, nobody's going to help you up. People will walk right over top of you while you're laying right there on the ground so they can get to where they got to get to. All right, it's like that. It's cold out here. All right, it's a cold world out here. If you think that it's sweet, if you think that it's soft, you think that people are just supposed to help you out just because, listen, I mean, I know it looks like that on TV. I know the Disney movies showed you that. That's not really the way that it works out. You got to be willing to help yourself if nobody else is willing to help you. And the better you help yourself, the better you'll be able to deal with your challenges. And when somebody else needs help, then you can help them out. But at the same time, you don't want to help them out so much that they become dependent and they can't help themselves, because then they're going to always need you. And as soon as you stop helping them out, what's going to happen? Now they're going to fall right on their face all over again. Tim Trees, what's going on, my dude? Point number 4. Today's topic is, what if nobody helps you? What are you going to do? If nobody helps you, offers you advice, or tells you what to do, all right, now the rhetorical questions are over. What are you actually going to do? All right, this is a question that you're going to have to actually answer this. Now, you don't have to answer it to me, because I'm not the one you got to answer to. You got to answer to the person in the mirror. Because there's going to come a point, maybe some of you might be at this point right now in your own life, in your own career, your business, where you are looking at a wall. You don't quite know what to do. You don't know how to deal with the situation. You don't know what your answers are. You got some questions and nobody has an answer. You need some help, but nobody's offering you a hand, and you're like, damn, what am I going to do in this situation? Well, that's a question that you really need to come up with an answer. All right, that's it. Having a question is cool, but having an answer is better. And understand that it's cold out here. It's rough out here, and it may get colder and it may get rougher. All right, life is not working for you. Life is also not working against you. Life is completely neutral and impartial to your fate and the results of whatever happens to you, because it's billions of people out here. Life is not conspiring for you or against you. It's just giving you a path. Whatever you do is what you do. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to look at your situation, or situations, plural, when you come up with them, and figure out, how am I going to deal with this? Because if you don't come up with an answer, listen, nobody else is working, sitting around scheming on answers for you. Only you can do that. And the more empowered you become personally, the less subject you are to whatever else is happening out here with anybody else. The more you can empower yourself, the less what anybody else says or does or doesn't say or doesn't do can affect you and affect your life. All right, that's what self-empowerment is all about. Putting yourself in a position where other people could do stuff, say stuff. You might not even like it, but it ain't stopping your flow. If other people's actions are stopping you from doing what you need to do, that's not their fault. That's your fault for putting yourself in a position where they can slow you down. Everybody understand where I'm coming from? Now, I'm going to recap these points. I'm going to tell you how you can get James Sports. What's good? I'm going to tell you how you can get both of these books right now for free. But let me tell you the books first, then I'll tell you the points, then I'm going to take questions. If anybody got a question, get it ready. Post it in the comment section right now. Facebook and Instagram. Post the questions if you got one right now. This book right here, it's called The Mirror of Motivation. It's the self-guide to self-discipline. I wrote this book for anybody who's ready to step out of the old you, step into the new you with a new energy, a new approach in life. All you have to do is change the way you are being, the way you see yourself in the mirror. I wrote this book. That's why it's called The Mirror of Motivation. This is not a hype up book. This is not me telling you how to think. This is me showing you how you can do it for yourself over and over and over again in this framework. You get this book free. I've already paid for the book. You just pay for the shipping. Get the book at mirrorofmotivation.com. Just the title. Take out the mirrorofmotivation.com. This book right here is called The Overseas Basketball Blueprint. This is for anyone who wants to play professional basketball overseas, even if you've been overlooked, underrated, nobody's ever paid attention to you, you never really got the opportunity, but you think you have the talent to play pro basketball. I suggest you take your shot at it, because it's the best job you could possibly have. Go to balloverseas.com. The book's paid for, 237-page book, the full blueprint of what you need to do to play ball overseas. 237 pages. The book's paid for. You pay for the shipping. Balloverseas.com. You get this book. Now let me recap these points. The topic again today is, what are you going to do if nobody helps you out? Number one, helplessness is not cute. You think people want to help you because you're helpless? No. People will walk right over top of you. All right? How often do you walk past a homeless person and ignore them? Every day, right? So just because you're helpless does not mean people want to help you out. And when you got everything, people want to give you everything. You don't even need it. Now they want to give you everything. It's a paradox. It's just the way life works. Point number 2, school and parents unconsciously teach you that when there's a problem, you can call on somebody, explain your helplessness, and they'll help you out. That's how it works with your parents. That's how it worked in school. That's not how it works anywhere else in life. Do not let that fool you. Point number 3, there's nothing wrong with asking for help if you think you need it, but if there's nobody under contract and they have to help you, then if nobody answers the call when you call for help, what are you going to do? You're either going to figure it out, or you're just going to lay there, shrivel up, and die. You decide which one you want to do. And point number 4, if nobody helps you, you actually got to come up with some answers. Empowering yourself is the goal. You want to empower yourself to the point that other people's words and actions, short of killing you, do not stop you from doing what you want to do in life. If you are alive to talk about it, then you got the power to do something about it. And that's the essence of being self-empowered. That's the essence of being self-contained and controlling your fate, being the master of your own destiny, where nobody else can slow you down, nobody else can stop you. If you decide to pay attention to what somebody else is doing, it's because you chose to, not because you had to. Now, if anybody got a question, go ahead and post it in the comment section, and I will get to it. For those of y'all who don't know, if you like what I just gave you, that was just a sample. I do a masterclass every single day that is called Work on Your Game. You get access to it at Work on Your Game University. Is the link right there at the bottom on Facebook, and right here on IG, Work on Your Game University.com, workonyourgameu.com. I got over 1,500 masterclasses in there. This one is pretty much off the top, but if you imagine what this is like when I plan it out and get into detail every single day. Yes, that is a real thing. It is not a theory. I've been doing it every day since 2016. You get free access to that. Your first 2 weeks are free at workonyourgameuniversity.com. If you want to stick around, you can. If you want to leave, you can leave. But the first 2 weeks, whatever you consume is yours to keep. So anyway, if anybody got any questions, go ahead and post it right now. Let's see if we got any. I'm just scrolling through right now. Facebook, if you got a question, go ahead and post it. You said everybody has their own problems to deal with. Yeah, of course. That's a part of being alive. Adam checking in from North Dakota. What's going on? Lord GBA, what's going on? Appreciate the comment. Special says, not fun to lose a job. Yeah, I think you're right. James Sports Academy was good. Daniel says, what are your state of mind that helps you create this vast amount of content? Man, well, I'm conditioned for this. I'm trained for this. I've been doing this for a long time, creating content. So I have conditioned my mind to anything that I come across, I can create content out of it. I create content out of any situation, anything that I read, see, hear, watch, or experience. So this is a special skill. All right, this is not a copy paste job. This is a skill that I've developed over. I've been creating content, for those of y'all who don't know, since 2005. I started blogging in 2005. DreAllDay.com started in 2007. I started making YouTube videos in 2006. I started podcasting in 2016. I wrote my first book in 2010. In other words, I got time in the game. Hopefully that answers your question, Daniel. I've just been doing this. So you get better at it. The more you do it, the better you get. That's pretty much how it works. Daniel, I believe you are in the game group, right? Ain't you in the game group, Daniel? I'm gonna give you a link, not link you, but I've been my battery getting low. But I'm gonna link you to a couple episodes, or not link you, but tell you about a couple episodes of Work on Your Game you could check out, Daniel, because I think you are a game group member. That's at 1532. What to do when you're out of ideas. Actually, that one come out yet? I don't think that came out yet. 1479, how to get better at ideas. 1203, ideas have no owners, only executors. 897, what you can do. Well, that's an idea episode, but that's not the one I'm talking about. 192, ideas versus execution. Episode number 140, how I produce ideas. So, Daniel, you can access all of those in the game group membership. G. Haith Kingsley said, every time I enter, I learn golden word. I appreciate the time you give every day. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you appreciating it. Yeah, so Daniel, those episodes, I suggest you check out episode number 140, Daniel. That was from way back in 2016. How I Produce Ideas is the title of that one. But I mean, you already know, you in the membership, so check out. I got so many of them, it's crazy. Javi Bucket say you subscribe to the podcast. Now go to Work on Your Game University and get into the university. All right, this university, there's no COVID-19 shutdown to Work on Your Game University. We don't have the names of no racists on none of our buildings. We ain't got no problems. All right, Work on Your Game University, for those who don't know. All right, this book right here, Work on Your Game, Taking the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate Your Game in Business, Sports, and Life. This is a hardcover. I took the best of my whole philosophy. All these, y'all see me do these videos every day. I took the best stuff, the most important stuff. If you were starting from zero, didn't know nothing about me, and put it in this book right here, where I explain to you my whole framework. Several of these frameworks that I've been talking about are here in this book. It's a hardcover 250 page book. When you order this book at workonyourgamebook.com, not only am I going to ship you this book, but you're also going to get over $1,200 in immediate digital bonuses. You get access to the bonuses now, of course, while you're waiting for the book to come in the mail. So you get the book, it's on its way. While you wait, the digital bonuses are yours. You only get this if you get the book at workonyourgamebook.com. The bonuses, that is. Now, this book is available on all the other platforms, Audible, Amazon, what's the other ones? Anywhere else you buy books, Barnes & Noble. But the only place you get the bonuses is at workonyourgamebook.com. I want to make sure I'm being clear. So if you get this on Amazon, you do not get the bonuses. You still get the book, not the bonuses. Workonyourgamebook.com is where you get this. I'm going to take like one more question if we got them. But my battery's about to die, so we're gonna wrap this up. But if y'all like this, understand I do these every day. So all you gotta do is subscribe to me or follow me wherever you at, and just turn on your notification. I go live every day, 5:15 Eastern. If I change the time, I'll let you know. MirrorMotivation.com. The book is free. You pay for the shipping. BallOverseas.com. The book's free. You pay for the shipping. Everybody have a great Monday. We're gonna be back here Tuesday working your game. We out here. Keep your hands clean. We out here. Dre all day.